Hello guys, wanted to start our video experimenting off with showing you what it takes to clean a paintbrush with these water mixable oils. Real quick, I want to go over the anatomy of a brush for those of you that aren't familiar with it. Of course, these are the bristles. This is what's called a ferrule. Down here, this of course is the handle. The three things together, that's what makes up a paintbrush. Now, cleaning a paintbrush. This, I have literally just taken some paint, got it to where it's covered the bristles well. I haven't actually been doing painting with it. The first step that you're going to want to do, since this is water mixable oil, you can do the exact same thing if you're using acrylic. Okay? The water mixable may take a little bit longer to get out of your brush than the acrylic, but it's the same process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm using warm water. And I'm tapping most of the paint out with the water running over the bristles. So you can see already the majority of the paint is out of the bristle. It has kind of a greenish cast. With the paint left in there, you can see there's a little bit of pigment coming out of that. Now, the soap that I'm going to use, this is the Masters brand brush cleaning soap. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. What I'm using is a huge tub. I got it on sale. It's lasted me for years, but you can get a little bitty one. It's about that big around at Hobby Lobby. Now what you're going to do, whether you're using this type of soap, I also have a cake of Ivory bath soap. You can even use Dawn dishwashing liquid. It'll work fine for this. I'm getting the bristles good and wet, coming in here to my soap, and you can see some of the paint already accumulating onto the soap. Don't worry about that. That's normal to happen. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to massage the paint out of the brush in the palm of my hand. What I'm doing is I'm putting the brush down, pushing a little hard to flex those bristles, and pulling back. And you can see that pigment is coming right out of that brush. Got a little too cold. I'm warming my water up a little bit more. This is coming out super fast. Now, this particular paintbrush, one of the reasons why it's coming out super fast is this is a U-Trek Tuscan series brush. Maybe you can see it better this way. This I bought from Dick Blick, or you could get it from U-Trek. These you will not find at Hobby Lobby. They're phenomenal brushes. If you're going to be continuing painting after this class, you might want to look into getting some. They're not that expensive. I think this brush was $15. But again, I'm going back in with more. Another thing you could do is you can kind of wiggle it. See how that paint is just coming right up out of that brush by that wiggling motion? All that's doing is it's agitating those bristles back and forth, working that paint out of those bristles. And you do this process until the brush is clean. Now I know you're asking yourself, how do I know the brush is clean? The brush is clean when there's no more paint coming out of it. Now, I've gone back into my cake of soap a couple times. See, that yellow paint's pretty much gone out of there. It's self-cleaning. Here I am going again. You notice that color is more and more light. Super pale yellow. And you just keep going and going and going until there's no more pigment coming out. That last time, I think the pigment was actually on the soap and not in the brush. You notice the foam here, it's white. That means that there's no more pigment coming out of the brush and your brush is clean. So, you rinse it out really, really good. One advantage of this soap is it's also a brush conditioner. So once you get it rinsed out really, really well, I know Bob Ross just says shake the dickens out of it. You don't really want to do that. One, it makes a mess all over your bathroom or your kitchen, wherever you're washing. I'm taking a towel and I'm shaping the bristles of the brush. Okay? Now when you go to store your brush, you want to lay your brush down, or you want to come up with something to where you can hang it. What this does is that allows the moisture to come out of your bristles. If you put it up like this, that moisture thinner is going to get down in here and it's going to cause problems where the ferrule is clamped onto the handle. It's much better to just lay it down or to find some way of hanging it. You can wrap a wire around it. You can tape the thing to a wall, whatever. They do make, and they do have at Hobby Lobby, brush holding racks that have like a little spiral thing in it. You can slide it in there and that'll hold it up. But that's how you clean your paintbrush, and you're going to be getting a lot of practice at this because you do not want to leave the paint in your brushes. They will become a brick. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.